Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Dhruti Yatri and you're watching Skyline. Every day, the entire world changes a little bit. Sometimes through elections, sometimes through economic decisions, and sometimes through military tension that quickly redraw the global map. Today, we begin with a story that shows exactly how quickly a regional conflict can become an international crisis. So, let's start with it. Well, the conflict between the US and Iran is no longer confined to the West Asian territory. It is slowly expanding its geographical footprint. And now Europe has entered the whole conversation. That's right. In a major diplomatic warning, Iran has asked European countries not to allow their military bases to be used for American operations. Tehran made it absolutely clear that any country helping the US militarily, it could also become part of the conflict. Well, the warning came after reports that Bulgaria approved the temporary deployment of American military aircrafts at one of its bases. According to Bulgarian authorities, these are aerial refueling aircrafts. They are not fighter jets, they are not carrying offensive weapons. Their primary role is to refuel military aircrafts while they are already in the air, allowing them to remain airborne for much longer and operate across the greater distances without returning to the base. Now, if we see it from Iran's perspective, those aircrafts are just as important as fighter jets. Well, a fighter jet cannot stay in combat indefinitely. It depends on the aerial refueling to extend its range and carry out longer missions. And that is why Tehran argues that countries providing logistical support are indirectly becoming part of the military camp. Iran has also raised concern about Cyprus, by the way, another strategically important location in the Mediterranean. The island hosts British military bases that have frequently supported Western operations in West Asia. Tehran has warned that if these facilities continue to assist the American military missions, they too could become part of a wider confrontation. Well, this whole development is significant because the conflict is no longer limited to missiles and airstrikes inside West Asia. It is now creating diplomatic pressure across Europe. Governments that may not be directly participating in combat are suddenly being forced to make strategic decisions that could affect their national security and their foreign policy. In the meantime, the implications go far beyond military strategy. If European air bases become increasingly involved, airlines may be forced to reroute flights, insurance premium could rise, commercial shipping may become more expensive, and energy supply chain across Europe could come under additional pressure. In fact, even businesses that have nothing to do with defense could feel the impact through higher transportation costs and longer delivery timeline. Ladies and gentlemen, history has shown us that once more countries begin supporting opposite sides in a regional conflict, the chances of wider escalation increase significantly. And that is why diplomats across Europe, everyone is watching every statement from Tehran and Washington with extraordinary caution. And yes, while diplomacy grows more tense, another challenge is emerging inside the United States itself. Fighting a long war is not only about military strategy, right? It is also about whether you have enough weapons to sustain it. And that's where our next story takes us. Well, wars are not fought with speeches alone. They are fought with resources. Resources like missiles, interceptors, ammunition, tech, manufacturing capability, and above all, time. After months of continuous military operation in West Asia, reports suggest that the US has consumed a significant portion of its advanced military inventories. Precision-guided weapons, Patriot interceptors, THAAD interceptors, and long-range cruise missiles have all been used at a pace that far exceeds normal peacetime production. And that has created a serious concern inside Washington today. Military planners are now asking an important question here. If another major crisis were to erupt tomorrow, whether it is Indo-Pacific, whether it is Europe or elsewhere, would existing American stockpiles be sufficient to respond on multiple fronts? In the meantime, to address this challenge, the Pentagon has begun expanding long-term defense production. Large contracts are being awarded to manufacturers to increase the production of Patriot missile system, cruise missile, and other precision-guided weapons. Defense companies are being encouraged to accelerate manufacturing and invest in expanding production facilities. But you know what? There is one major obstacle here. Modern missiles are among the most technologically advanced weapons ever built. They require specialized semiconductor chips, advanced radar seekers, precision guidance systems, rocket motors, and highly skilled engineering teams. These are not products that can simply be assembled in a matter of weeks. Building one advanced interceptor involves thousands of individual components sourced through a highly complex global supply chain. Here, experts believe rebuilding these inventories it could take several years, even if factories operate around the clock. That means today's military decisions will continue influencing production schedule well in the next decade. Well, the story is also important for the global economy, by the way. Whether governments diplomatically increase defense spending, industry producing the metals, electronics, semiconductors, and advanced manufacturing equipment experience a surge in demand. Resources that might otherwise support civilian industries begin flowing into military production. In fact, the ripple effect, that is a lot. Defense companies receive larger contracts, governments increase military budgets, and global supply chain become more competitive. In fact, in some sectors, if particularly we talk, this could even contribute to higher prices for electronic components and industrial materials that are used in consumer tech. It is also sending an important message. Wars don't just consume money. It consumes industrial capacity, engineering tools, and years of manufacturing capability. Winning a battle may take days, but rebuilding the weapon that is used in that battle, it can take years. But yes, while America prepares for a longer military campaign, events on the battlefield are moving even faster. The next development comes directly from the skies over Iran. Well, after weeks of rising tension, the military confrontation entered another dangerous phase. The US carried out one of the largest coordinated air operations in recent months, targeting multiple military sites across Iran. According to official statements, the strikes focused on facilities linked to missile operations, drone infrastructure, command center, surveillance system, radar installation, and other strategic military assets. These locations play a key role in coordinating military operations and supporting Iran's long-range strike capabilities. Well, the operation followed Iranian missile attacks targeting American positions in the region, while the US defense system successfully intercepted the incoming missile. Washington signaled that simply defending against attacks was no longer enough. Well, instead, it chose to directly target the infrastructure that it believes supports future Iranian military operations. In the meantime, for military analysts, this represents a noticeable shift in the strategy. Rather than responding only after an attack takes place, the objective now appears to be weakening Iran's ability to launch future missile and drone strikes by targeting command network, launch facility, and logistical infrastructure. Well, the response from global financial markets immediate. Oil prices climbed sharply as investors fear that any further escalation could threaten shipping through the Strait of Hormuz, one of the world's most strategically important maritime corridor. Nearly one-fifth of the world's traded oil, it passes through this narrow waterway. Even the possibility of any sort of disruption, that is enough to move global energy prices. Think about shipping here. Shipping companies are also watching developments very closely. Higher insurance premium, additional naval escorts, rerouted cargo vessels, and increased security measures all translate into higher transportation costs. Eventually, those costs are passed on to whom? Businesses and consumers around the globe. Airlines are equally cautious, by the way. Every escalation forces carriers to review flight paths, avoid higher risk airspace, and sometimes operate longer routes, increasing fuel consumption and operational expenses. And this is why investors pay such a close attention to geopolitical development. A military strike in one part of the world, it can influence stock markets in another. It can affect inflation, fuel prices, airline tickets, in fact, shipping costs, business confidence across continent. Well, the battlefield may be thousands of kilometers away, but its economic impact travels much faster than any other missile. And in modern conflict, let's be honest, battles are no longer fought only with missiles and military hardware. They are also fought with narrative. They are fought with images, competing claims. And that brings us to our next story, where two countries are telling completely different versions of the same battlefield. Modern warfare is no longer fought only on the battlefield. It is also fought on the television screen, social media, and information network around the globe. Sometimes controlling the narrative that becomes almost as important as controlling the battlefield itself, and that is exactly what happened after Iran claimed that it had successfully targeted one of America's most advanced military assets. Ladies and gentlemen, Iranian state media reported that IRGC, the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, had destroyed 3 American F-35 Lightning II stealth fighter jets and damaged 3 more during a missile attack on Jordan's Al Azraq airbase. According to the Iran's version, the missile struck aircraft shelter and maintenance area, causing heavy damage and casualties among American military soldiers. And if that is true, it would have been a major military breakthrough. Let's talk about F-35. This is not just another fighter jet. It is widely regarded as one of the most advanced stealth fighters ever built. Each aircraft cost well over $100 million, carrying cutting-edge radar system, advanced electronic warfare capabilities, and it is designed to evade enemy air defense system. Well, it is a backbone of America's modern air power, and it is operated by several US allies around the globe as well. But almost immediately after Iran's announcement, the US issued a complete denial. That's right. US Central Command stated that none of its aircrafts had been damaged or destroyed. According to CENTCOM, Allied air defense system intercepted the incoming missiles and drones before they could reach the airbase. Jordanian authorities, in the meantime, also said several incoming projectiles were intercepted over their territory, rejecting all these claims of damage. So here we have two completely different versions of the same event that are circulating. One side claims a major military victory, the other one says nothing significantly really happened. And that is becoming increasingly common in modern conflict. Every country wants to control public perception. Every country wants to strengthen domestic morale, and every country wants to influence international opinion. Sometimes information itself becomes another weapon of war. And that is why military analysts, they rarely rely on the first claim made by either side. They wait for satellite images, they wait for independent intelligence assessment, commercial satellite photographs, and verification from multiple international sources before reaching any sort of conclusion. But for global market, if we specifically talk about, uncertainty itself creates a lot of consequences. Airlines, investors, shipping companies, and governments must often make the decisions before every claim is fully verified. Now, whether the claims are true or not, the information war is now running parallel to the military war, and both are shaping global reaction. And yes, while countries battle over narrative in the sky, another confrontation is unfolding in one of the most strategically important military hubs, and that too in the Gulf. Well, the conflict has now moved far beyond missiles aimed at military installation. It is beginning to focus on the infrastructure that keeps military operations running. Iran claims it launched drone attacks targeting facilities in Bahrain, specifically those linked to the United States Navy's Fifth Fleet. According to the Iranian statements, the drones were aimed at navigating system, radar installation, power generators, and support infrastructure rather than any direct attacking commercial aviation. The objective, according to Iranian media, was to disrupt the surveillance and operational capabilities supporting American military activities in the Gulf. However, Bahraini authorities and the US presented a very different picture here. Officials stated that although drones were detected, air defense systems successfully responded and commercial aviation continued operating without any major disruption. Flights, they continued under enhanced security procedures, and authorities stressed that key navigation systems remain fully operational. Now again, if you see this distinction, it's very important. Today's wars are not always about destroying military equipment. Sometimes they are about disrupting communication network, navigating system, radar coverage, logistics, and surveillance capabilities. Even a temporary disruption could complicate military planning and increase uncertainty. While Bahrain occupies an exceptionally important position in the region, it hosts the headquarters of the US Navy's Fifth Fleet, which, by the way, oversees naval operations across the Persian Gulf, the Gulf of Oman, the Arabian Sea, and surrounding waters. Every single day, commercial vessels carrying oil, natural gas, and billions of dollars worth of cargo, it passes through these shipping lanes only. So any threat to Bahrain, it immediately attracts international attention because it affects much more than military operations, as just you can see here. Ladies and gentlemen, shipping companies begin reviewing security protocols. Airlines monitor regional airspace, insurance firms reassess the risk level. Energy traders react to every single development. The Gulf remains one of the world's busiest trade corridor, and even single security incident, it can have ripple effect through global supply chain. Well, for multinational companies, for the exporters, for importers, and for investors, protecting these transport routes has become just as important as monitoring the oil prices. Because when strategic infrastructure come under a lot of pressure, then the consequences extend far beyond the battlefield. And yes, while tension continue in West Asia, another strategic rivalry is quietly unfolding thousands of kilometers away, and that too deep beneath the mountains of China. We are talking about the secret battle beneath China. Well, not every geopolitical confrontation happens in the open. Some of the world's most important strategic competitions are taking place deep underground. Well, fresh reports suggest that tension between the United States and China, two major economies, are now extending into one of the most secretive areas of military planning. We are talking about China's vast underground nuclear infrastructure. That's right. For years, analysts have referred to this massive network as China's underground Great Wall. It is believed to consist of hundreds, possibly thousands of kilometers of underground tunnel designed to protect nuclear assets, command centers, missile storage facility, and strategic military infrastructure. And now, according to the reports that are emerging from Beijing, Chinese officials believe that the United States is developing technologies that are capable of detecting, that are capable of mapping, and capable of potentially penetrating these underground facilities. While the alleged technologies include advanced seismic sensors, deep earth images system, specialized surveillance platform, and next generation intelligence capabilities that are specifically to study the underground military network. While Washington has not really confirmed these allegations, of course they will not, it has repeatedly expressed concern about China's rapidly expanding nuclear arsenal. American intelligence estimates suggest that China's nuclear capabilities are growing at an unprecedented pace, prompting repeated calls for greater transparency and future arms control negotiations. However, let's flip the script. China rejects these demands. Beijing argues that its nuclear arsenal remains significantly smaller than those of the US and Russia, and accuses Washington of using security concerns just to justify expanding its own military capability. Well, although this may appear to be purely military story, it's a possibility, but its consequences extend directly into the global economy. The same technologies used in defense, advanced semiconductor, artificial intelligence, satellite systems, specialized sensors, quantum computing, and rare earth minerals. They are all critical for commercial industries. As strategic competition intensifies, reaction on technology export, semiconductor manufacturing, and supply chains are likely to become even stricter. But yes, for technology companies, for the investors, for multinational businesses, this means just one thing. Well, the geopolitical rivalry between Washington and Beijing is no longer limited to tariff or trade disputes. It now includes advanced technology, it includes critical minerals, defense innovation, artificial intelligence, and national security. Well, competition is becoming broader. It is becoming deeper, it is becoming far more strategic than ever before. And yes, while one geopolitical challenge is unfolding underground in Asia, another one is playing out above the ground in Europe, where a migrant crisis is once again testing the future of the open borders. Immigration has once again become part of Europe's biggest political challenges. Ladies and gentlemen, a massive migrant surge at Spain's North African enclave of Ceuta has triggered fresh tension across the European Union, raising new questions about the future of open borders. In just one day, tens of thousands of migrants repeatedly attempted to enter European territory through Ceuta. The scale of this, it forced Spanish authorities to deploy additional security personnel, military unit, naval assets, and emergency responders to regain control of the entire situation. In fact, the humanitarian cost, it has also been significant. Reports indicate that several people lost their lives during the chaos, while many others they were injured attempting to cross into European territory. But the story is much bigger than one border crossing. The European Union operates under the Schengen system, which by the way allows the people to travel freely between many member countries without any routine border check. The freedom has become Europe's biggest achievement. However, every large migration crisis puts a lot of pressure on that system. In fact, following the latest developments, several European governments have called for stronger border control. Some leaders even have suggested temporarily tightening internal border checks if migration pressure continues to rise. But for the people who are living, who are studying and working in Europe, these discussions really matter. Well, tighter border control, it could mean longer airport check, additional documentation, additional verification, slower border check business travel, and stricter immigration enforcement. Professionals moving between European offices, they could face additional administrative procedures, while companies depend on cross-border mobility. They may experience delays. Immigration policy is also likely to become restrictive, by the way. Governments facing domestic political pressure often respond by tightening visa rules, increasing the background check, and extending processing timeline for work permit, family visa, and residency applications. And this is why migration crises are never only humanitarian stories. They quickly become political, they become economic, they become legal issues affecting millions of people across Europe. Well, for international professionals, the lesson is simple. Immigration policies can change much faster than career plan. Staying informed is becoming just as important as staying qualified. And yes, while Europe debates border security, another debate is unfolding in Washington, one that could directly affect household budgets across North America. Wars are fought on the battlefields, but they are paid for by economies. The United States Senate recently failed to halt the ongoing military operation against Iran, allowing the military funding discussions to continue. And yes, at the very same time, the Pentagon has requested tens of billions of dollars in additional emergency funding just to sustain the operation. Now, government spending on defense, it is not unusual. That's right. But when military expenditure rises sharply during a period of slowing economic growth, inflation concern, and high interest rate, then the impact eventually reaches ordinary families. Here's why. Let me explain. Every additional dollar spent by the government increases pressure on the federal budget. Larger deficit often requires increased government borrowing that can influence bond market, that can influence interest rate and overall financial condition. If energy prices remain elevated because of geopolitical tension, then inflation becomes even more difficult to control. While central bank may delay cutting interest rate, keeping the borrowing costs higher for a longer period of time. And of course, that could affect the mortgage payments. It can affect car loan, business investment, and even credit card interest rate. In the meantime, if we talk about specifically Indians, in fact, Indian families living in the United States or Canada, the impact could be more complicated. Many manage expenses across two countries, paying mortgages abroad while supporting families, investing or purchasing property in India. Currency movements also become important. Period of geopolitical uncertainty often strengthens the US dollar. A stronger US dollar increases the value of remittances that is sent to India, but it also creates pressure on emerging market currencies and increase the cost of imported goods. Tech companies are also watching these developments very closely, by the way. Higher energy cost, rising operational expenses, and uncertain global demand often encourages companies to slow hiring, reduce expansion plans, or postpone the investment decision. That is why geopolitical conflict eventually influences employment. It influences salaries, bonuses, and stock market performance as well. The war may be thousands of kilometers away, but its financial consequences can quietly enter your monthly budget. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, we turn to another development, rather our final story, that is showing how geopolitical conflicts are beginning to reshape the world's energy supply chain. The conflict in West Asia is no longer affecting only oil fields and maybe shipping lanes. It is now creating fresh concern around natural gas infrastructure as well. Recent reports confirm that drone attacks targeted liquefied natural gas vessels near Egypt's strategic Mediterranean port of Damietta. Emergency teams quickly contained the fire, though, preventing a much larger disaster. But the whole incident has raised a serious question about the security of one of the region's most important energy route. Well, until recently, most concerns focused on the Strait of Hormuz and the Red Sea. But now attention is expanding. It is expanding towards the Mediterranean. That matters because Europe depends heavily on imported natural gas. Any disruption involving LNG terminals, storage facility, or shipping routes can quickly influence global energy market. Whenever energy transportation becomes uncertain, shipping insurance becomes more expensive. Freight companies adjust their routes. Delivery timelines become longer and transportation cost increases as well. Eventually, businesses pass those costs to whom? You and me, consumers. The impact is not limited to energy companies, by the way. Manufacturers face higher operating costs. Airlines spend more on fuel. Industries depend on natural gas increase production expenses. And central banks closely monitor these developments because energy prices directly influences inflation. For investors, period of uncertainty often trigger sharp movement across financial market. Some assets gain value while others experience increased volatility. For ordinary families, though, the consequences may appear slowly, but they eventually become visible through higher utility bill, transportation cost, and consumer prices. Well, the story is just a reminder that today's geopolitical conflict extend far beyond military operations. They influence supply chain, they influence financial market, inflation, business confidence, and ultimately household budgets around the globe. The battle may be regional, but the economic consequences are truly global. And with that, it's time to wrap up today's edition of Skyline. In today's interconnected world, no conflict remains local for a long period of time. A military decision made in one nation can influence fuel prices in another. A diplomatic warning can affect global aviation. A supply chain disruption can reshape international markets, and a conflict thousands of kilometers away can eventually impact the finances of ordinary families. And that is why understanding geopolitics, it is no longer just about following the international news. It is about understanding how global events influence your career, your investment, your businesses, and your future. I'm Dhruti Athri. Thank you for watching Skyline. I will see you soon with another edition where we will go far beyond the headlines to explain the world's biggest stories, what they really mean for you. Until then, take care, stay informed, and keep looking beyond the headlines.